So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this design here, so let's get started. The first thing we do is make a 2x2 square. And then if we start from this top side and we go up 2 and then we go to the left 1, we can make that line there, and we can do it again like that to make kind of a V shape, kind of like some antennae, and then just do that on all sides. And now if we go to this corner, and we go diagonal 1 and then 2, we make that line right there. And if we do that on all sides, on all corners, then we'll have a lot of lines poking out of this square now. But now we're going to go to these lines that we just drew. And we're going to make a 1x1 square on the end of each of them. And now if we go back to these V-shaped things here, and we go to this center point in between them, we're going to go from there, and we're going to do a diagonal like that, then a straight line, then down, and then another diagonal. So we have kind of a point, and then another point, and we can just keep doing that. So cross the little V twice, then do 2 straight lines, and then we can complete this shape right here. Now if we go again, we're going to start at this V, but we're going to start at the points this time instead of in the middle. We're going to go up, we're going to go up 1, and then diagonal, go back down, and then down again. So we make kind of like a house shape, and we're going to do that on all sides again. So just a straight line, a little point, and then connect it with another straight line. So now it's starting to come together. So now we have this point and this kind of house shape on these 4 sides, but we also are going to do it in the corners as well. So if we go to the V, the original V that we made, and we grab one of these corners again, then we can do a straight line like that, and it'll be parallel to this line right here. Then we can connect to these 2 points, and then do it again. So we're going to find the corner of the V, make a diagonal, connect the square, connect it with the square, and then continue like that. So now there's a few big lines that we need to draw now. So if we go to this topmost point here and count 1, 2 up, then we can draw a line from that point down to this point here of the corner of the top left corner of this little square, and we see this is 1, 2, 3 diagonal. So if we go to the other point, we can do 1, 2, 3 diagonal and go like that. And then 1, 2, 3. We just go around. 1, 2, 3. And the last one, 1, 2, 3. And now we have this kind of closing diamond around our shape. Now the final thing, we go back to this point here. We go back to this top point, and we're going to draw another diagonal. We go to this point, and we go 1, 2, and we draw a diagonal like that, and then up 1, another diagonal, we go across 1, 2, diagonal like that, down, and then diagonal 1, 2 like that. And we're going to do that again on all 4 sides. So diagonal 1, 2, a straight line, another diagonal, straight line 1, 2, and we just keep going. So now if I just zoom out some more, and let's look at the top here. This shape that we just drew is actually the first of 4 petals, so we're going to draw more of those now. So starting at this corner, we're going to go out like that, and then continue the same design. So we went to diagonal 2 here, so we're going to go diagonal 2 spaces right there, and then we made a point. Oops. So we made a point, we went down, and we went like that. And so we're just going to do that on all sides. So we make the point, go down like that, and complete it. So we have a square in the center, and we have this flower shape, and we're going to do that on all 4 sides. So you'll see that these diagonals line up with the one before them, so it makes like a straight line right there. And make sure when you're starting to draw the next petal, you don't start from like this point here, and you start at this one instead. So now we've drawn these 4 large flowers, but in between each of the 4 flowers, we're going to draw 4 smaller ones. So if we go to this corner, and we count 1 out diagonally, so we're right here. We're going to draw a line to the left like that, and then 1 down. And then we're going to make a point like that, and just do that all the way around. So make corner, and then 2 diagonals to make a point. So go in, up, make the little point, and just do that all the way around. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to this point, count out 1 diagonally, and then just make that little corner. You can see that the outer edge of this smaller flower lines up with these, so it makes like a line right there. That's how you know it's in the right spot. You don't really need a ruler because these are short lines. Because they'll look fine either way. When you're doing so many lines like this, using a ruler for every single one, you're just rotating your paper so many times. So now that we just drew those 4 flower shapes, we're going to do the exact same thing again. So if you go to this point here, we are going to count 1, 2 out diagonally, and that is where we're going to start the exact same flower shape again. So now we have all the flowers in place, so we're going to start drawing some straight lines. So if you go to this corner of any of the larger flowers, and you draw a straight line up. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I know that's a lot of spaces to count, but you'll know if it's in the right spot if it lines up with the top corner of the other one. So we're trying to create a box around this entire design. So you can just go out until it lines up and go like that. So now that we've drawn this box, we're going to draw one right inside of it. So if you count from one of the corners and go diagonal 1 in, then we're going to do another box. Don't cross the flower, but just do it like that. So that way we have a square right inside of this one. So now that we have these two squares in place, we're going to draw yet another one. We're going to draw some more straight lines. So if we go to this smaller flower and we go right here, we're going to draw a straight line like that. We're going to go back and we're going to do it over there. So don't cross any of the flowers, but just go like that. And we're not going to draw a corner to this square, so we're just going to skip like that and just go around. It should line up with the edge of this petal right there. And it didn't that time. Here we go. And there we go. So now that we have all these squares in place, we're going to draw some diamonds. So now if you look at these three flowers, you can see that these petals are all pointing towards this point right here. So if we draw a little shape right there and make a diamond, and it should hit the edge. And so you see all these petals are pointing towards this point. So you go to that point and you make a diamond. And we're just going to go around and do that. There should be 8. So we're almost done now. We just have some more lines to draw. So if we connect the corner of these diamonds to the petals, so the first thing we're going to do, just go from the edge of this petal, connect it to the corner of the diamond, and just go around. You can see this is kind of creating another square, just like we did on the outside here, where we made 2. And you can see that there is one corner of each of these diamonds that is not connected to a line. So if we go to that one, we're just going to draw a vertical line all the way down. Again, not crossing the flowers. And we can do another vertical line here. And just draw it in the empty space. Don't cross anything. And now we're going to do the same thing, but horizontally. Now you can see that there is lines coming off the corners of each of these petals on this flower. If there isn't, then make sure you correct that. So now all we need to do is add a few details to make these flowers look more flower-like. So for the big flowers, we're going to go to the top of the square and go 1, 2 up and make a straight line like that. And then from the same point, make 2 diagonals. And do that for each of the petals. Now that we've added those details there, we're going to add some more details to the smaller flowers. So what we're going to do for these is we're going to make an X like this, and then a plus, like that. Very easy, and just do that for each of them. And if you're doing this on paper, it will obviously take longer, so feel free to pause the video and come back when you are done. So there we have it. We have completed the entire design. Let's color it in. So let's make these larger flowers pink. Well, at least I will make these larger flowers pink. You don't have to. And then maybe I make the center of the flower yellow. Maybe I'll make all the little diamonds and squares yellow. I'll go back to the pink, and I guess I'll fill these in pink. I'm gonna get some blue, I guess. And I think I'll make these smaller flowers blue. Maybe I'll make these ones here blue as well. Why not add some purple? We can make these red so it looks like the blue and the red are crossing and making purple. So now we have the space between these two squares. Maybe I make that black to have like a nice thick border. And then do the same for this square here. That looks nice, and you don't need to use these colors, but I think these are just the ones I chose to use. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos just like this one.